Go ahead.
Okay. Approval of council minutes for June 15th and June 22nd.
Mayor, if I may,
What?
adjustments to the agenda.
Oh, sorry, yes.
Thank you, Mayor. There are two adjustments to the agenda. Number one, there is a resolution that's titled
Yes.
Resolution number 26-1233, Chamber of Commerce. We're going to push that out to July 20th, your second meeting, in favor of the Chamber does not have representation this evening to
Oh.
affect their position.
Okay, so moving to the 20th. Okay.
The second adjustment is to add resolution number 26-1236 to the new business area of the council. It would be item G.
Okay, 26-1236.
I have a copy of that for you, for all of you, during the requisite time. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, now approval of the minutes. There was on page 3 of the, talking about the fireworks. It says that Mayor Knutson expressed strong personal support for the event and community effort, but voiced significant concern over the city's financial. That one and the last one were by Mr. Cunningham, not the mayor.
Okay, your motion to approve will have to include that
Yes.
change.
Please,
Thank you, Mayor.
I need a motion to approve the amended motion.
I move that we approve the council minutes for June 15th and the June 22nd amended.
Right on, thank you, sir. And a second? Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you, motion passes. Comments from the audience. Anyone wishing to discuss items not covered on this agenda is welcome to address the city council as a whole. Please state your name and address for the record. Each speaker will be given a maximum of 3 minutes. Speakers may not defame, intimidate, or use profanity or personal affronts. The council reserves the right to delay action until they have full information on the issue. Yes.
Good evening. My name is Rayanne Rutledge, and I live at 209 Glenhart Avenue, number 15.
Right, Ann.
Hi. And Whiskey and I are here tonight representing WAVE, the Winston Area Independence Day celebration. Onika couldn't be with us tonight. She has a cultural event that she had previously committed to. So this was our biggest and best. We had at least 2,000 people there by the end of the night. It was just incredible. The parade was the biggest and the best that we've ever had. There was traffic gridlock in Little Winston.
Okay.
It went off basically without a hitch. There was nothing untoward that happened until the very end of the night, and it was handled very successfully by our Winston Police Department. Thank you very much. The support and the volunteers are amazing. Onika Driscoll, the president, she's running around like a chicken with her head cut off. She did amazing. I myself am the vice president of WADE, and I helped facilitate the new Little Stars pageant that we had, and we crowned a Little Miss Firecracker for 2026. Her name was Savannah Lobo. She's 10 years old, and she did amazing. And then Jackson Savage was our Mr. Liberty Bell.
Nice.
And he cited some of his family history in the military and led us in the Pledge of Allegiance, and it was very inspiring. So, the car show that Will Bruner put on went beyond our expectations. We had 4 times the amount of vehicles that we were anticipating. We were expecting maybe 20. We ended up with 80.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was great, and it went off without a hitch. Everybody was happy. Next year it's going to be bigger and better. Instead of one class, we're going to divide it up into classes. Now that we know, and we have somebody that can actually facilitate it properly. So the parade went off with, well, there was a little bit of a hiccup. There was an emergency, but other than that, it went off wonderfully. I'm so proud of everybody in that. And segueing into that, I have a little presentation that I would like to make. If I get have a representative from the Unbridled Equestrian Group drill team. Somebody want to come up? And we'll get a picture of you guys. So they are our Grand Parade Award winners this year.
Nice.
Little girl. So yeah, we'll get a photo op here in a second. Just let me wrap it up. Everything else, the food vendors, they all ran out of food.
Mm-hmm.
My daughter does the best lemonade in town. She ran out of cups and ice twice. She had to close it down at 9 p.m. The only complaint that I really heard was toilet paper one time, and by the time it got around that bathroom needed toilet paper, Onika had already placed it. So we were trying to stay on top of things. The volunteers, Summer Caldwell and her husband did an amazing job at trash. I mean, we didn't have hardly anything to clean up at the end of the night. It was incredible. The bands were fabulous. Everybody was happy with them. Miss Diana Spillman knocked it out of the park with the national anthem, and the countdown was just, yeah, and then the fireworks. It was pretty amazing.
Phenomenal.
So it was very, very successful.
Nice job.
Yes.
Nice job, and thank you very, very, very much.
A lot of hard work goes into it,
was
and we
wonderful.
appreciate the community support. We absolutely cannot do it without our sponsors. The city of Winston, they donated a significant amount of money, time with the police force and the fire departments, and it was incredible.
It was
A lot of
very, very
coordination, which is what Winston's all about.
Question for you, Rand. Did you hit your mark with the amount of money you were trying to get to?
We are a tad short. However, we still have money coming in. So we should be good to go, and we should have a decent start on for next year.
Yep.
We ended up making $1,700 at the event itself, selling our little trinkets and raffles and stuff like that. And Miss Christie won a beautiful red leather purse.
I did?
Oh, yes, we won. I forgot to bring it. Yeah, Anika forgot it. It's her fault. But yes, you won the red leather purse from Pouring on Leather.
Right on.
All you needed to do was bring in 3 cans of food,
Yeah.
and you got a free raffle ticket.
And
So
yeah, that's,
Yes.
buy a case of food.
And the fundraiser for Brianne Riggs, who is Chad Redding's mother, was very successful as well.
Good.
She got.
Good. Yeah,
There was a lady at the end of the night that got the cans and put them in her car, but Onika got them out of her car.
yeah.
I wasn't around.
That was a nice
Thank goodness. Nice try.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Thank you.
we're good to. I mean, I feel like we're good to go. It's
Good.
definitely, we're up above, we're close to 33,000 and 35 something.
Congratulations on such
Thank you
an
very much.
astounding event. We've
Going
heard
to be a
nothing.
lot of grant writing
Yeah.
Yeah.
here for everybody.
We've heard nothing but
So-
positivity on
Aw,
the display.
it was
So
great.
congratulations.
That's thank you. We do it all for you guys. I mean, it's.
You did, it shows. It was nice. It was nice.
Thank you.
Go
Can
get
we?
some rest.
Is it
And
inappropriate
I'd
to
like
get a picture?
Say too, I agree with the judge's pick for Unbridled. I thought that was amazing.
Yay! Thank you. And they just recently formed their group. About how long ago?
Roughly 2 months.
Yeah. So they just
Nice.
started doing this.
And I'm pretty sure they're doing the Sutherland Parade as well. I won't be there because it's my birthday, but the whole team will be.
Well, I get to watch this time, so.
Yay.
Yes.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Appreciate all of you.
Okay. Good. Anybody else? Hi, Terry. Come on up.
Hi. Just an adjustment or a note. Terry Fink, 1100 Abraham Avenue. Traffic Public Safety Committee meeting is Monday at 7 unless it gets canceled, but I don't think it's going to be, but it's not on the agenda as a reminder, so. I
Oh,
just wanted
thank
to
you, okay.
Let everybody know.
Thank you.
And go to the picture.
Ladies, have a wonderful evening. Thank you for participating.
It was fun. All the fun.
And the positivity of your community and all your support.
Thank you.
I'm ready to go talk.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, we're gonna have a real big meeting. I'm so excited to actually talk to you.
I'm sorry, sir, go ahead.
Hi, my name is Zach Kohler, 309 Southwest Main Street.
In Winston?
Yeah.
Okay.
First, I wanted to begin just why Winston is important to me. I grew up in Roseburg, and Winston has been a part of my life for as long as I can remember.
Uh-huh.
My mother was an educator in Roseburg and brought me to wildlife safari more times than I can count. Back when the lions and tigers were all in the big fence. It was a little more fun then, for me anyways, as a kid. We spent the evenings at the Winston Drive-In. Those experiences gave me an appreciation for Winston, long before I ever considered investing in it.
Cool.
I respectfully ask the council to reconsider the recently adopted moratorium on new marijuana business licenses. I understand and respect the city's responsibility to protect public safety and ensure business operate responsibly. My request is simply to allow qualified applicants to be evaluated under reasonable objective standards rather than a blanket prohibition. Redeveloping a local building property would put it back into productive use and create approximately 10 jobs and generate additional commercial activity and local marijuana tax. Oregon already has one of the most comprehensive cannabis regulatory systems in the country. Licensed retailers must have strict security, inventory, age verification, and compliance requirements. In this matter, it is important to recognize that Winston has received only 2 retail marijuana applications. To me, this isn't a case of oversaturated market. Continuing the moratorium effectively gives one business an exclusive market position while preventing another responsible local investment from moving forward. I believe Winston can protect the community while also welcoming responsible investment. These goals are not mutually exclusive. I respectfully ask the council to modify or repeal the moratorium and allow qualified applicants to compete fairly under clear and objective standards. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Mr. Collier. Let me explain to the counselor. Mr. Collier filed an appeal to our moratorium, and which we will hear on the 20th. We will have a public meeting to hear the...
Thank you, Mayor. If I may,
Yes, please.
to expound on that, yes, we do have an appeal before us. It's been filed timely with the city. There's a 30-day appeal opportunity for any ordinance. So when you're going to have a public hearing, we have to be really careful as to not create biases. The point of holding that public hearing is to come to the dais without any biases to make an educated decision that's in the best interest of the community. So on the 20th, you will have a public hearing. That's what's required when we have an appeal on an ordinance, and you will have several options, and the applicant here and the public will have an opportunity to present testimony to you.
And we will have more information. Thank you, Mr. Collier. Thank you. Anybody else? Okay, thank you very much. Reports, boards, commissions, committees, and schools. No school. Mr. Sardi, please. Please.
It's pretty thick. I might be talking a while.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed the whole audience left.
Oh, yeah.
You want me to go back and get it?
I felt kind of important for a minute, but it kind of went away. Before I get started, I just got an email. Don't ever believe Facebook, I'm telling you. It says, one of my staff sent it to me where we're just sitting here. It says, for those who truly care about Winston PD, Chief Sardi will be discussing his budget tonight at the City Hall. And I was like, is that why everyone's here? But it wasn't, so. Yeah, my head was swelling, right? So, no. Anyways, I don't know why that was even put on there.
Who sent you the email?
Well, they
And
sent me
why?
a text.
Or,
Yeah, my staff sent me the text saying, hey, what's this all about? Because they were all gonna be here. I'm like, whoa, not discussing that, I don't know what you're talking about, so.
okay.
I am discussing some stuff within our budget, but I'm not
Right.
talking about, it's not too bad.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm gonna start with the fun stuff first. I'm gonna talk about the municipal court report first, then I'll go to my stuff. Since we implemented the Point and Pay Online program, we're finding out that it's helping us in multiple areas. So where people are paying on their credit card machine, that's 4% the city pays. So that's slowing down. So basically, in a nutshell, everything that we're doing on the court right now, we've seen about a 420% increase in revenue for the court. And those are just some of the minor changes that we implemented as a team. Last year at this time, we had $2,262.42 in the account, and we have $11,742.12. So the stuff that we're implementing is happening. The really kind of interesting thing about this is that because we're a small community, all law enforcement work together, we all know stuff, right? Well, I got a call from the captain of Roseburg City. He starts talking to me about, hey, the municipal court. And I'm like, yeah, what about it? And he starts talking to me about it. Well, guess what they're doing? They're going to follow us. So, and he's like, this is extra duty for me. And I said, yes, it is. So, and I bet you're getting more paid for it, not. Yeah. So, so that was kind of important.
Nice.
We're showing that the accountability for individuals going to jail is making them say, wait a minute, I don't want to go to jail, I'd rather pay the fines. So we're seeing that revenue starting to come in, which I hope at the end is going to help benefit our city as a whole. My goal and the standard that I set taking over the court was, and I think I said this last time, I want the court to pay. We're over $1 million in debt where the people that we find owe the court. And so I want the court to maintain and balance itself without any money coming out of the general fund to budget. I want it, we bumped it up to 200,000 now?
181,000.
Nice.
181,000.
That's what it was last year.
Last year. Mhm.
Yeah, I don't know what it is this year.
This year?
It's over 200 grand because I bumped up the lodging. So, anyways, my goal, I don't think we'll get to it this year, but we're on track right now based on what I'm seeing and the numbers I'm watching is about $10,000, so 120. So we're on track for that. Now that is just fines and forfeitures. That's not, us going after liens on, property.
211,000.
211. So will we get to that goal this year? No, but you never know, right? There is what is it, where they get your taxes back, and we get money from people that don't pay, so.
Garnishment.
We get the garnishment, so we get that, and that's a big increase. So we're just kind of overseeing that. We also implemented a couple other new things. We started a new diversion program. This diversion program is something very similar to we started, actually, Lieutenant Stiffer and I don't know who else, before I took over, started a diversion program for basically the violations that we get, where they can come in and they can pay $20. It was a fix-it-ticket type deal, and if it was for basic equipment violations, whatever, and they come in, they show the officer, they sign it off, they go pay an administrative fee for $20. Bam, we got some dollars coming in, and it's not on their record, right? So we went another step farther. We started doing some research, and we found out that we can do diversion programs very similar in nature to like a DUI diversion in a sense. So the diversions, what we can do on other infractions is that we can charge them $150 for the program. It's a 1-year probation. If they don't commit it again, they still have to say they're guilty of the charges and still have to pay the fine. So the money is distinguished properly throughout the state. They take all of our money, all right? So the state takes all of our dollars. We get the $150 now. That comes to the city. That being said, that will keep their driving record clean as long as they don't do it again in a year. So it's a win for us, it's a win for them, so they're not getting a major hit on their insurance. So, and again, it feels like you gotta pull a loan out to pay a traffic ticket anyways, which is crazy to me, but I don't set those. So, okay, so we did that. We increased the fix-it tickets to 35 from 20. They've been $20 for over 20 years that we've implemented the program, so we did that. We also implemented a new policy for filing motions to the court, which is a standard practice. A lot of times they'll get a motion, they'll file a motion, and in a nutshell what it is the individual's challenging the PC or the reasons for the stop or entry to a motor vehicle, whatever. And they can challenge that and argue that with the court to see if that can be dropped. And it's what we call the fruits of the poisonous tree. If that gets dropped, the rest is gone because you can't connect them, right? So it's a domino effect in a nutshell. That being said, we implemented a $50 fee for that. So now they can't just come in here and say, I want a motion, because it costs the city huge money. We got to bring in the judge, we got to bring in all the officers. It's big money. It's still not a winning proposition for us, but $50 is something for an administrative fee, whatever, to help on offset. And it might make these people think, do I really want to do a motion? Maybe they do, right? But again, that helps. So I was pretty excited about that. I'm going pretty quick, right? Are you timing?
You're
Really good.
I'm impressed.
We got a pool going.
Oh, so, something else. So, in the court, we just started looking into policies and procedures. Something I found in the municipal court world is that they're lax in policy and procedures. So, this court here, to be accountable to the citizens in our city government, we have to have a policy and procedure manual in the court. It doesn't even exist right now. I've been here for 30 years, actually the 25th of July, believe it or not. But that being said, we've never had a policy and procedure manual in our department. And that's the very first thing when I took it over. I'm like, okay, let's see the policy and procedure manual. Let's see what we got, right? We don't even have one. And I'm like, what do you mean? So I've been digging throughout the state. We're looking at, it's obviously a bigger court, but we're looking at Springfield. So they have one. It's set up really nice through Lexipol. So we're going to morph ours and make it
Isn't that,
to our needs.
that Springfield's huge?
Yeah.
Compared to us.
So what I'll do, they'll follow state laws, Oregon administrative rules, requirements for the court, all that. That's all state level stuff, which is going to be the baseline for us. And then we'll mold it like we do our policy and procedure for the PD.
Right.
Our Lexipol policy can run Portland Police Bureau, but I go in and change it all so it runs Winston PD. Yeah, so we'll do the same thing. So that's the court. Any questions on the court? We're all good? Yeah. Okay.
Timer or what?
Well, he definitely is, because I hear about it right after the council meeting every time. Okay, so, and I say I'm Italian, I talk with my hands. Okay, so.
Well, some has to be hard. I don't know.
Yeah. Good thing is, the good part is that we got the evidence room completed.
Oh, nice.
Lieutenant and sergeant really worked on
Oh, wow.
organizing it and getting it structured and getting it set up. So it is now set up for a date when you folks want to see it. The community is interested in it, by all means, they can come and take a look at it and see what we have there. It's going to be, that when I was talking about accreditation, it was one of the big components that we couldn't get to just by design of where we're at. We got a couple little hiccups we're working on, but nothing major. We're going to get through it and be up and running for it. So the evidence will be secured. That's good for us. That's good for our citizens that we arrest, right?
And it's
that
good
we
for
got-
the room that we need.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you'll have some room down here, so, yeah, for sure. Unless we move back here, which we might on that representative grant. We might be moving back, but we'll take the big room, and I already took my office, the planning office, so, which is my corporal's office.
Thomas said
You
that
got
wasn't gonna happen.
No, I said he
No,
was going
this
to take my
office-
office.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah, that was the chief's old office.
Yeah.
No, that would be Sandy's and Katie's office there. Okay,
Oh.
so, anyway, so that's done. So, we're kind of getting a little pushback, and I want the council to be aware of it.
From what?
For our budget a little bit, in the sense of what we're doing and what I have decided to do that's going to take some hits. I mean, like I told the manager and I told the council over the last couple of years, the direction and the angle that the PD was going in trying to push for non-lethal equipment to aircraft or to drones to canine, all these different things. Well, this budget this year was not good.
No.
It was actually really, really bad. It's the worst I've seen since I've been here, okay? And I've been involved in the budget since 2004. So we got the budget passed. We weren't at the budget meeting. We were at the Chiefs Conference up in Pendleton. I couldn't be here. It's the first one I missed in 20 plus years. But what I'm doing, and I want you guys to be aware because there is going to be some push. There was some push for the 4th of July stuff that already started, the very first thing. And by all means, when I became chief, I implemented all these things because I wanted us to be more involved in the community. I wanted us out there. I wanted us to do stuff, and I spent money to get us there. But I'm cutting it all, every bit of it. So, and the lieutenant, I'm going to have discuss the reasons why. And it's not because I don't think I'm a patriot. I love our country, and I want to be there for that. But I'm just telling you that I want people to understand that I'm not trying to be negative on any of these events.
No.
But I want everyone to understand that it's a major hit for us.
It's a budget. It's the
Yeah,
budget.
I mean, we spent over $13,000 on one day. 13 grand. That, I mean, my budget's not there for that. And so, you know, and I weigh the difference when I talked to you folks about it last time about the core functions of the PD and bringing it back. It's so important to have a canine. I can get money, I got, I think about 50 grand donated to me. Not confirmed yet, but I'm pretty sure. I've had it the last 3 times I've asked. And I have a car that's a $100,000 car, and I don't have a canine. I have an officer who wants to do it. I've already approved him to do it. I still plan on probably doing it anyways, but the problem is that we spent, you know, $13,000 on one event, and to run my canine, it costs the city on overtime $8,600 a year. And I'm sitting there going, what am I doing here? I'd rather have a canine to protect our people, protect our, going into a building, whatever, the core functions of the organization. And so I'm probably still pushing that. But that gives you an idea of what I'm thinking is my point. So we stopped our foster fun days, which was great with CARES. I did a lot of these. The Melon Festival 3-day event that we do, we set up a booth and we play with the kids, the cornhole, and hand out trinkets. I don't even have money to buy the trinkets, and it's expensive, by the way. We're not going to be doing that. Dream nights for the the ill, cancer patients at Wally Safari. We cut that out. That's one of the ones I really liked. Halloween at the grocery outlet, we're not doing that. Trunk or treat at the high school, where we did our back of our car and designed it. We're not doing that. The Zubilee, Wally Safari, Aviva Springs Fun Fair in Roseburg. That's out there on Northeast Stevens. That's a lot of fun. That's cool because that's where we can find people that. The high school one, the career days. That's where I try to find my cadets and people that are interested in law enforcement because I want to be, I want to keep that profession going in our community. That's one that we're shutting down. The UCC Job Fair I'm shutting down. That's for our reserves and just law enforcement. Coffee at the Cop, the Christmas parade and tree lighting, National Medication Take Back program. That's actually Chief Google started that in this whole country, right here in Winston. Not a lot of people know about it. He testified up at the state capitol in regards to getting that done. We're done doing that.
You're not doing
We're not doing any of it. No, process money, big money. We're doing the program in the PD. We're just not doing the event, the day event. We're still doing the program as far as taking the medications. That we're doing. We're just not doing the national day event. Canines with cops, we're not doing that. The Canine Unleashed, the fairgrounds, we're not doing that. So those are the starting components. Basically what I'm looking at, and this is what I want the citizens and the council to know, is my job is to give you the best service possible, and if I can't do that, I will not be standing here, all right? And I'm trying to do everything I can with the money that I got. And the last thing I want to do is see a public safety increase. It was an option this year, and I'm like, no, let's maintain, let's maintain, let's maintain. I'm not going to pull the bullshit up in Sutherland. I thought it was wrong. We were on the committee about it. We were against how they implemented it. Sorry, Sutherland, sorry, Troy, but it wasn't the right way. And look what happened up there. They repealed it. If they did that here in Winston, you would have 3 cops in this town. We have to, we've been on it for 7-8 years. Mm-hmm. We have to have it. And so it's so important that we maintain that. And I promise you, as long as I'm your police chief, I will not spend the dollars if I don't need to. I will not do it. I'm a taxpayer, and I'm a firm believer on that. And so I won't do it with your money anymore, and I would do it with mine. That being said, we're going to be cutting our flock program. And that, I know it's nationwide in the state. They're a little going crazy about it. The flock program has done so much for us. It helped solve the murder of the girl, Kendall, out here. The flock cameras did that. The damage in the parks that we've had, the flock cameras did that. The drive-by shooting by your house, the flock cameras did that. All of those were so important for us, we can't afford it. We're going to be the first city in the county to shut them down. It's $24,000 a year. I have this town totally concealed with cameras, and they alert us for murder suspects. They alert us for kidnapped kids. Anything that's a high-level threat is what we have it for, or stolen vehicles. So we have stolen vehicles on there. So believe it or not, we get pretty crazy people over the coast coming from Hughes Bay. I don't know if anyone's been there, but it's like a target-rich environment for drugs and stuff. Anyway, so we're going to be shutting those down. Actually, my phone call's tomorrow to shut them down, and I'm going to have them come take them. That will start with the $24,000 that we're going to give. And then I instructed the lieutenant and I instructed the sergeant to put a list together separately on all the programs and software that we have. We have a lot of software. It costs us a lot of money. And I wanted a priority list from the sergeant, and then I wanted one from the lieutenant, and then I'm going to decide between that list what we're cutting. There's a lot. And it's all of our research programs. Basically, it's to get our officers back on the street quicker, and it helps us get the bad guy. Yeah. All of those, I got a list of them. Now, based on what the manager is going to tell me that I have to have for rollover dollars, is going to tell me how much more I'm going to cut. All right, so I'm on standby mode. I know he's going to be talking to the union and talking to the staff. I'm trying to come up with some angles on that. So when I get that number from the manager, I will do the next steps of cutting. So I will tell you that I will not lay an officer off, and you're looking at the one that will be laid off. All right, I'm not doing it.
We told you.
So, and I know, I'm just telling everyone here.
We told you that.
I am honored to be your police chief. It's been a 10. I've loved it. I want to go another 5 years, and I'll tell you, I absolutely love the job. My other two chiefs, they hated it. I have no idea why. I have a blast. I might stir the pot a little bit, but I have a blast. And I got the best crew in the county, and our department is running at full staff, and has been, and we're the only agency in the county doing that. So once we flip that switch, it's going to be bad. So anyway, so that being said, that's kind of where I'm at there. The first phase, let's see here. I wrote a lot. Oh, so we stopped our cadet program, we stopped our reserve program. And keeping in mind, they do help us out huge. We're keeping the reserves that we have. We have no cadets right now, but part of the hiring process is about $6,000, okay, per individual. People think they're free. Well, they're not free. I mean, just an outfit here is I mean, you got $8,000 here, you got $6,000 here. I mean, you just got, and the vest is another $2,000. It's a huge amount of money.
Yeah.
And a camera, you know, and so it's not like the old days where you can just throw them in a uniform, throw them a badge. I mean, I've been there, and you go to work. It's not that anymore, and it's all CYA covering your butt, and that's what it's about. So, anyways, so that we're going to stop those programs for a while. I'm not getting rid of the unit itself. I got a couple reserves still, and we're going to keep them in play because they're in place, right? They're not going to cost us any more unless something happens, but you know, or they leave. If I had a seasoned officer that was leaving an agency, I can take him a lot easier than I could a new guy.
Can we get grants for any of that stuff?
I'm currently trying to get on, and I talked to the manager about it right now. I'm trying to do the cops grant to hire. I got a meeting tomorrow. It's a Zoom meeting, and basically in a nutshell, it's going to, I'm looking to see if I can retain an officer on it. They used to have them. I was hired under the Clinton grants, the cop grants. It's the same U.S. grant organization. They have a rural cops hiring grant right now. Cow Creek's put in for it. I'm going to put in for it, but I can't get past the application part right now because it's federal stuff and state stuff, and they don't match. So I'm trying to get through that. I got the meeting to talk about it. I will write for that. That's fully funded for 3 years at $125,000. A duty officer right now costs us about $180. So with bennies and all that, it's $180. So it'll help.
It's still part of it.
It'll help.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm looking at that, and I'll try to do that. Obviously, you guys heard about the retrofit for the building. We got approved for that. We're going to have a meeting coming up. I think the manager has one tomorrow to kind of get the meat and potatoes, and maybe you can discuss that a little bit
Wednesday,
more.
yep.
About some of the things that are going to be coming up. We went up and talked to the chief up at Sutherland. We kind of did some talking. I found out the big logistical problem at Sutherland was the chief moving the department from one side of the building to the other, back and forth, doing all this.
He took over the building.
No, they were staying in it while they did it. So it was very frustrating for him to work as a police chief and jackhammering and everything around. So my plan is, if this goes through, honestly, is to come back here, take that big room in the back, put the whole staff in there. I'll probably take the planner's office in all seriousness. I'll move the sergeant and the lieutenant together in that little office, that little cubby hole. But they'll have their own private little area, right? So I'll make sure they have that. So they'll have that.
On the windows, no
Right,
money.
and so we'll just be here. We'll keep our evidence unit up and running over at City Hall because it's in great
Because
shape.
it needs to be retrofitted.
That's right, and so we
Yeah.
can go over there to drop our evidence and do our processing. We'll just be out of that building, and it'll make the turnaround time twice as fast. Because now logistically, they can just go in there and do what they gotta do.
Are you going to tear it down and rebuild?
So I talked to one of the engineers that, of course, all these contractors, guess what they're doing? Easy federal money. They're reaching out right away. Hey, I heard you got the grant. We went. And I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. But I asked them, I'm like, yeah, I don't know if they're going to tear the building down. And one of them said, that's not part of the grant. They'll fix it. So whatever they do, they do. Sutherland's getting bulletproof windows in the front.
Yeah.
We have single pane high school. I remember
They've
high
been
school
here since
windows.
high school.
Yeah, they're probably the same contractor, right? So they work, but like you said, you stood right outside my office and
I
I'm
know.
having a conversation, you heard it all,
I can
right?
hear everything
And I
you
wasn't
say.
talking about the mayor, I promise.
No, you
So,
weren't. No, you weren't.
so anyways, having that a little bit tighter and a little
Would be
better
nice.
that way would be
Yeah.
better for us for security purposes and all that. Okay, I know you're looking at me. Okay, so code
We're
enforcement
like 10
pickup.
out of 10, but we're.
Yeah, I know, I'm starting to leave. Okay, so the code enforcement pickup, just so you guys know, there is always a reason why I ask for vehicles. It's not because I'm trying to get the golden parachute and have everyone have great cars. We run our cars until they're almost no more. And that is the dirty dishes of law enforcement. We burn up police cars. That's what we do.
Literally sometimes.
Literally. I almost burned the mountain down too.
Yeah.
So our code enforcement pickup is 25 years old. I put in to get that replaced and I didn't get it. And the reasons are now, I'll tell you. I need $12,000 to repair a motor in a 25-year-old pickup that I wouldn't pay $200 for. But that's what we're doing, which is a shame. So it's on order. It's going to be down there to get the engine replaced,
I thought it
radiator
was only
replaced.
9,000.
No, I don't know where you got 9.
Oh.
So 12 grand.
I think the motor itself is 9 and then labor.
Oh, probably.
And all the-
Yeah, I don't know, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so this is just showing the reasons why I asked for a vehicle. That's it. No more, no less. We're going to get it replaced. Again, people don't realize that you buy the car and then the other half of the car is installed and all the
Right.
equipment. And that it's just is what it is. Our
That's-
K9 car, it's a Dodge Durango, and we got the Dodge Durangos. I'll never buy another one. If you feel like you're doing 100 miles an hour in a pop can, yeah, I just, it's insane, right? You got a good motor, they sound really good, but they're a pop can around you. I'm just like, you're gonna vaporize if you hit anything. So, yeah, and that's just it. So anyways, $100,000 for one of those, it blows me away. The car itself was 52 or 53,000,
Yeah, but
and the
all
other
the
half
stuff
is
you put on
installed.
them.
So that's why I'm gonna get a K9. So, okay, so the other thing, let's see here. We had a lot of public complaints for us not doing cleanups around the neighborhood anymore. So our code enforcement officer is on a letter and citation campaign. We have no funds this year to do any cleanup, and the police department's going to get blamed for not doing their jobs. So you guys are aware of that when you hear that.
What are you talking about? What do you mean?
Our abatement
Abatements.
process.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
we're actually going to push one that I've been wanting to push for a long time. And it's the only one we're going to get this year, and I don't even know where we're going to get the dollars for it yet, but we're doing it because I'm over it. They were putting sewer in the storm drain,
Yeah.
and I kind of lost myself into,
I'm thinking.
I was making them cry, let's say that, when I was done. So I lost my mind on that. That was not okay. I mean, it's going right to the river.
It was a nasty one. They were putting it in
Yeah.
a storm and
So
it was just
we're over this.
Yeah.
I'll burn up my budget to get them. They're going. So, okay, let's see here. I'm almost done, Chris, I promise. Okay, so like I said, I will give huge kudos to my patrol lieutenant, Ralph. He has been working on the accreditation that I've been kind of keeping you guys updated on and letting you know kind of where we're at. So the goal is to get us completed by July 15th, very soon. He has 3 objectives left out of over 200 plus objectives, and they're very, they're time consuming. It's dealing with policy. Basically, what it's given it's given the department a major feather, showing the community that we are following all the standards that are set by the state, which is a good thing. I mean, I don't know about all the state standards personally, but it is a good thing. It shows that we're up to speed, that all the agencies that are doing the accreditation, they're top notch,
Right.
which also in turn gets the city a 4 or 6% cut on their insurance, which is huge right
Which
now.
is huge.
Yeah, so as long as we
Yeah.
maintain that, the question is, can we maintain it?
Yes.
I hope we can. I mean, it's a lot of money. It's going to be $5,000 a year after a 4-year grant that
I'll
we did.
figure it
So,
out.
that being said, it might still be cost worthy to spend it versus and save it on our insurance. Okay, so anyways, kudos to Lieutenant.
Thank you.
And I think,
And thank you for being here and not doing it.
oh, he's coming up right now. Here, just a minute, he's going to talk about it. I didn't let him out. No, no, you're coming up here. Okay. This is the first 4th of July I missed, and he was in charge of it, and I want him to give the council report. So,
You did good.
okay, got everything. Any questions?
Chief, would you mind providing a radio upgrade?
Okay, so,
Update.
so I went to the Chiefs Conference. I had some interactions with Garrett, with Day Wireless, and the Motorola unit. I've been explaining this for quite a while, and I personally, like I told the manager, my word's dirt when it comes to radios, and I would think it that way because of what happened and how things happened. When Mark Bauer was here and Scott Rutter were the mayor, they were directing me to get this radio system done. They wanted it done. They did say that I was going to be responsible if anything happened to my staff because of bad radios. And I'm like, we got to get on this. Well, Mark actually used some of those ARPA funds and called me one day and said, Brandon, how much is it going to cost to fully deploy your department? I'm like, boss, I don't know. Give me a minute. So I made some phone calls. Almost $400,000, $380,000. I'm like, well, that's what it costs. Said, get it done. I'm like, all over it. So we pushed through with what the county, and I've been with the county since 1988. I've been from Explorer to Cadet, doing seasonal work, all the way to here, and we've always had the Motorola platform. Okay, so pretty good odds we're staying with the Motorola platform, right? We're Motorola now, everyone's Motorola now. Well, that wasn't the case. So the first time in the history of Winston stepping up and doing the first thing or the right thing the first time was us, and it's not the right radio equipment. It'll work. We're going to make it work, but there's a cost to it. So county decided to go with a less valued system. In my opinion, again, I'm not a radio guy, I know enough to get in trouble. They're going with the Kenwood product. It's been around for years. It's not a bad system. It's better than tape, some of the other ones they use, so it's not a bad system, but they went with that system. Our system will talk to that system, but the issue is that they got great deals on these radios. They got great deals on the upgrades. They got great deals on everything because the salesman was there making some money. Well, guess what? Winston wasn't playing because we already have our stuff. Now, our radios are top notch. They're the best in the county, but that's not what I was looking for. I was looking for something that would get us by, that will save your life, that will work when you need it. That's what I wanted. It's always been the Motorola. That's what we stayed with. And it so happens to be the salesman that sold me the radios. They were the next level from what I really needed here. But I didn't know that. Like, I had no knowledge of that. So that being said, you know, $8,500 for this radio right here. $8,500. I got 15 of them at the station. Okay, $8,500 for like gold.
Don't sign that.
You know, it's like gold. Sorry, I don't want to beat up your radio. That being said, they went with the Kenwood product. They got me involved in some of the meetings. I threw a fit like I normally do and told them I thought it was a bunch of BS. I had better words to use. They said, yeah. Well, in the meantime, a deal was made between the former manager and one of the commissioners, basically a handshake deal saying, hey, we're going to do, it was a handshake deal, my understanding. I wasn't involved in it, but I was told later, we're going to give you $72,000 towards any of the radios that you purchased in your vehicles, not our portables. I'm like, wow, well, that's about 72 grand. That's not the repeater systems that we put in. We did the repeaters to help us talk to dispatch that I told you guys about that before, which is another $7,000 per car. So that did not happen.
No.
Okay, the 7,200 did not, or 72,000 did not happen, and they ended up, that's an in and out on the budget. So we ended up going under again on our budget for those numbers. And so, but now, after the county called me and asked to turn on the UHF system, we're all VHF here. UHF is way better. It's a 10. And I told them I'm done playing with the county. I'm done playing with all of them. We ain't changing crap. Those are the words I'll use here. And that I'm done playing. Totally done. Not doing this no more. This is what we're sticking with. They said, well, it's not going to work. I said, well, then you better figure it out. I'm done. And they're like, well, that's not acceptable. We got to figure this out. I said, you know, this city is not a rich city. We spent almost $400,000 on 13 vehicle radios and repeaters and 15 portable radios for our staff. And it don't work? You kidding me? So they said, well, they're not P25 capable. Well, it's so interesting enough, and we might still talk to the attorney about this. All the paperwork I have on my emails, I keep everything forever. I'm not a hoarder, but I keep it in my email. My inbox is clean typically. With that being said, I kept all my emails. Well, some of those emails say on our radios, 8500 Apex P25. I go through it, and it shows all these. Are they not turned on? What's the deal, right? So they came back when I was up, and they said, hey, we're going to give you a good deal. We're going to knock $10,000 off. I'm like, $10,000? And I'm like, what are we looking at for price to make them P25 capable? They said about $40,000 to $50,000. I'm like, is that all the radios? No, that's half.
Oh my.
Well, half don't work for me. So it's another $80,000 minimum. $80,000.
Tell them to give us our 72 back.
So
Be able to
the folks, the manager worked out a deal with the commissioners and got us a, 3 to 5 year payment plan. They're going to pay for it. So I got to have all the radios, all the stuff there, and the county's going to pay for it, and then we're going to pay them back. I don't know how we're going to do it because I'm just whacking the crap out of the budget, but we're going to pay them back. Maybe we just don't pay them the $72,000. Oh, this is recorded. No, we're paying it. We're paying it. No. That was a joke, commissioners. Anyway, so yeah, so that's kind of where we're at. Is that they're going to help get us the dollars to get us running. I just put the foot down and said enough's enough. So very frustrating. Anyways, radio update.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we'll get through it.
Thank you.
Lieutenant, you're up. He hates talking in front of people, by the way. He'd rather go to a gunfight than go to a courtroom.
I realized I set it up about 15 minutes too soon.
Yeah.
We got it in there.
No payment.
We've known each other since 1992. So,
Yeah, when you got out of service.
yeah. So, anyway, Councilor and Mayor, I'm going to give you a little after action report of 4th of July activities. We had the parade. Parade went very smoothly. One of the largest crowds I've seen for a parade. One of the largest as far as floats and people contributing to the parade. So that all went well. In regards to the fire department, who went against the parade there, I was going to have a chat with the chief, and I was driving by. He was having a little motivational talk with his crew about which exit they should be using. So I think that's been resolved on that portion. And I'll kind of get into, we'll kind of move into the celebration at this point. The celebration, one of the largest crowds we had, probably one of the best behaved crowds we had. We only had one disturbance, and that was at the end of the activities when they were leaving. We operated 8 officers in the park, 2 of which were plain clothes. They were able actually to cite several people for smoking marijuana in public down by the river through that. Had a little bit of a hiccup with First Amendment demonstration. I think you guys can probably all guess who showed up with their graphic signs. Since it is a free event, there is nothing that we can do about that. And they will, you have to respect their rights just like everybody else's. We were able to come to an agreement about things, so that be what it may.
Were they hollering?
No, they were not hollering. They were just having their banner up and handing out cards if people walked up to them. So, and that they didn't have their blowhorn like they at some of the other events that they had. So, and I was expecting other conflicts to arise, but that never transpired from it. Traffic, the park cleared out in 45 to 55 minutes. It actually probably would have went smoother. As some of you already know, there was a traffic accident on the Green Bridge which backed up traffic all the way to 7-Eleven in Main and Douglas, so that didn't help things. A few observations and recommendations that we will probably work with the committee on, just kind of throwing it out here. The restroom facilities, there's only 2 porta potties besides the regular restrooms. There definitely need to be more, and they need to be dispersed so we don't have that congestion right there in the front. Maybe put them on the other side of the stage. The women's restroom got down to 1 stall because they were plugged up, and we were trying to get a hold of Public Works on call to come. I did not handle that, so I don't know how that ended up fixing itself or being unplugged.
I'm not throwing anybody under the bus, but the event that was held the night before, when we got there in the morning, the restrooms were covered in feces, toilets were clogged. We had to clean them all up before we could start
Do
anything.
anything.
So we had to, take care of their mess from the previous night. And throughout the
To me,
day.
it's almost worth having Public Works there on site for these emergencies
Or
that
on
might come
call
up.
or something,
Within reason. Alcohol vendors. There was 2 vendors at the park. I signed off the OLCC permits, and when I signed them off, I met with each one of them and said, "You're going to have monitors in a designated drinking area at the park, correct?" Yes.
No, they did not.
And when we met up, they did not.
We were not happy about that.
And I don't know where it got dropped, but I think in the future what we need to do is, if there's going to be alcohol vendors at the park, they need to submit their LLCC applications with the permit for the celebration instead of the day before, and I'm trying to scramble to.
We want to approve them. I want the name of those ones.
Right,
And-
we're only gonna go with 1 alcohol vendor next year.
And even with that, my suggestion is that we get some signage, kind of like the fair does, no alcohol beyond this point, signage, rope
Yeah,
it.
definitely.
There was no alcohol-related incidents, but by the time we got there, it was already free-flowing all over the park. So I tried to tell them as their customers coming up, hey, try to stay in the center of the vendors. That's where we'd like you to be drinking. Parking is always a mess in the park. I think we need to establish what our maximum capacity is in the park. And once we reach that, no parking is full and start turning cars around, because you'll get people looking for spots, and now you have 10 cars backed up just trying to find a spot, and there's no spots with it. Throughout the night, we responded to over 27 calls. 2 arrests were made. Most of these were outside the park. Like I said, we only had the 1 call in the park, and a missing child, which was found about as fast as the notice went out. So that was good. Now we're going to get into the part of what it cost us. This is kind of unique because 4th of July celebration actually fell on the holiday.
Yeah.
Contractually with the union, the police union, that's quite a bit of money. So the parade to operate, having the guys show up, they get the minimum of 4 hours, which is industry standard. The cost for the parade alone was $2,340. The fireworks celebration, operating the 8 officers for the holiday, was $3,200. So this is just paid overtime, and I'll explain the difference. So we ended up with a grand total of like $5,500. Now, because they're working the holiday, they also get, in simple terms, comp time. Comp time, even though you're not paying it out directly on, say, this paycheck, you will pay it out eventually. Because when they take that time off later on in the year, somebody has to cover it. It's going to get paid for one way or the other. When you add that in, comp for the parade was $1,100, fireworks comp was $6,800, and we end up for a grand total of $13,536 of what the end cost us to operate.
That's a whole lot more than the 8,900 we thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
It always ends up that way.
Yeah, I had it estimated between 89 and 12, and we ended up going over just because of the way the night and the hours that transpired.
And those dollars, the reason that I'm pulling back on the public is because I need them for homicides, I need them for investigative purposes, I need them for all that. Core function of the organization, to give the best service to our community. We can't do those other functions until I know what those numbers are.
The funding comes directly from the overtime line item, which we only have $55,000 for the year. So if you drain it for stuff like this, we may not have that overtime budget when we have a homicide or when we have something really malicious that happens.
And like the lieutenant said, every one of those people that worked and got overtime, we're going to pay on the flip side an officer working overtime for that person to take off. That's what we do, right? We cover hours. We don't cover, we're not bodies, they're hours.
Right.
Because they're 24 hours.
So you're saying you're not going to be there for the graffiti?
Oh, no, we'll be there.
Yeah, that's another big one.
We're just not running our booth for graffiti.
Yeah.
We'll cut that. I mean, that'll save 2 positions right there. So.
And
so
people
many
did
people
ask about
ask.
you all day.
Yeah.
Well, and
Where's the
again,
booth?
we
Where's the booth?
have all the
All day
agencies come
long,
down
yeah.
and help
Yeah, I
us,
know.
right? So in return, we send our guys to
Yeah.
those places to return the favor. So that costs us as well.
Right.
No.
I mean, not to be a down, but the event actually, as big as it went, was very smooth.
Yes.
And I mean, there's always room for improvements. I've been to, I think, every single 4th of July here, and it probably was one of the smoothest that we've ever had.
It was.
That's
it
because the
went-
amazing head of security.
That too.
Everybody's
No,
afraid
it
of the
was-
redhead.
There was no yelling, shouting,
No.
screaming,
Yeah.
nothing.
Very
It
well
was
behaved crowd.
Really nice. Very well maintained.
Any questions? Comments, concerns?
Give them some questions.
I do have one
Go
question.
ahead.
So were the plainclothes officers there from noon till 6?
No, about the same time we all showed up.
So I didn't see a police presence between noon and 6.
No, we cut it down from 6 until
Okay.
close.
And it still costs us $12,000?
Yeah.
13, my bad.
13,536.
You're basically on a holiday like that.
Uh-huh.
And
It's time and a half.
it's actually double time and a half.
Double
It's
time.
double time and a half.
They're union. Excuse me, sorry.
But that our union guys are nothing outside the norm. That is
Right, no,
the
that-
industry standard
It is.
set
Yeah.
forth.
Right.
No, it's,
It is a market standard, council. I appreciate that, and that's the thing about having a union contract. If they even come in for a half an hour for some type of duty purposes, it's a 4-hour call out.
Right.
That's what it is, and that's what any city would pay because of what these guys do.
No more
And the-
holidays. That's it.
I'm
Please.
sorry.
Yeah, work a lot of holidays.
I know, and no more holidays.
I just have to write it
Thank
down.
you.
All right,
Thank you
thank
for
you.
your time and thank you for
Thank
everything you
you.
did.
Yeah.
Appreciate all your help.
Okay. Andy is not here, but we do have Chris.
We do. I know. I didn't make my name didn't make it on here.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. So mine will be brief. I just want to give a quick update as to kind of what's happened at the treatment facility over the month of June. It's kind of been a roller coaster, more downs than ups. So the end of May, we had an unknown slug load come through the plant, which is not uncommon. This happens quite often. Usually, though, we're able to recover. Sometimes it's hours, sometimes it's days. Rarely is it a week. This went on for the whole month. So we were able to still treat our core treatment, but in terms of our nitrifiers or ammonia treatment, it was non-existent at all. We were not able to grow nitrifiers. We ended up finding a laboratory in Virginia that did some testing for us and found we had some sort of cleaning agent or sanitizer that had come through, and it's cationic, and so that causes it to bond to our sludge.
A massive amount.
What was happening was it was bonding with our sludge, and as we grew our nitrifiers, they go to feed, and of course they eat and die instantly. So that's why we had zero nitrification happening. We went through the process of buying an oxidizer from them to break the bond, buying bugs in a bottle or snake oil. Of course, overnighted it here, and this is over the course. I mean, this didn't happen quickly. As soon as it showed up, the plant finally showed, and this is after 31 days, showed signs of recovering on its own finally. So we made the decision to hold off on adding the chemicals to the plant over the weekend, and today was actually the first day we were fully meeting permit. So we don't know exactly what it was. We don't know exactly where it came from. We had some blips on our flow data and our dissolved oxygen data that suggest that it could have come from green, but
we don't know.
We don't know. So I will say we are better suited now to treat for this item, and we're better suited to try to locate where it's coming from if it comes in. So DEQ was in contact during this whole time. There was no, public health safety to the river or anything like that. The plant didn't nitrify anyways until the year 2000. So up until then, we just discharged for ammonia anyways. Ammonia in the effluent mainly causes or can cause algae bloom. But that's what we get rid of it.
You did a great job. You
It
saved.
was a long month.
You saved us.
There wasn't a whole lot of sleep.
Yeah.
If they can track it down, we'll work a criminal case on Winston or the green side. We'll hammer them.
It's on the green side, I'm sure.
That's fine. We'll hammer them. If you can find out where they're at.
Yeah, if it was coming from the green side, we kind of located a certain area, although it wasn't an industrial area, so that caused a whole bunch of other questions. But,
Yeah. But you can test for it now.
we can test in terms of indicators, so we can't really test with any accuracy, but we can test whether it's there or not,
Well,
which
that's
we'd be able to follow
big
it
plus.
upstream.
Yeah.
But unless it's a continuous flow, you have to be testing when it's coming in. So, which we now have equipment to determine possible hours that they're dumping or days that they're dumping. So,
Get it before it eats our bugs.
it would already eat the bugs, and we'd have to deal with the aftermath again. But hopefully, we'll be able to figure where it's coming from.
Okay.
So.
Cool. Any
That, I mean, in terms of, I mean, I guess as an FYI, most of the time DEQ doesn't care the reason why you crossed the line, they just care the line got crossed. So, also on that note, it sometimes takes years for them to come down and give a fine.
I was gonna say, so we didn't get a fine?
We won't know for
But
probably years.
you notified them, they didn't come and find it.
Yes, yeah. So we're self-telling, so
Yeah.
we tell them when we mess up, and they don't even have the official report for last month. It's not due till the 15th of July. But even then, like I said, our enforcement officer will look at it. He'll review it. He'll make his recommendation to the official DEQ enforcement, and then they'll determine whether a fine is
Okay.
worthy or not. But our last oopsie we had, which was a mechanical failure back in 2023, and we just got the fine for that a few months ago. So that's how.
2023 and you just got it?
Yeah, it's October
Yeah.
23.
Oh, yeah.
So won't be surprising if it takes that long.
You have no idea what caused it?
No, it's a QAC, which is a quaternary ammonium compound, and it's found in anything from fabric softeners to cleaners,
Lots of things.
algicides. I mean, it's in a lot of items. So
Would it take quite a little bit of it though to cause that kind of?
it, yes and no. We had very high concentrations in the plant, but the question is, did we see a very high concentration come in at once, and that's what bonded, or was it slowly over the course of days or weeks, and then that bonding, compounded on itself?
It's 40% per liter, so this is not someone spilling detergent in their toilet. This is a high level concentration and a lot of it. So it was kind of a different animal. But Chris and the plant did a tremendous job to help it
Stayed up for many
rebound.
hours.
Yeah.
For many hours.
Thank you. Yeah, no, very. Do you have anything else?
Other than that, things are going great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, administration, Thomas.
Thank you, Mayor, members of council, members of the audience. I'll be very brief, and I don't necessarily want to belabor this subject, but I think our chief laid down a really good budgetary reality for you. The economic impacts are really setting in, and our budget and our general fund, and we went over this during the budget committee meetings. We tried to target this and make sure that we had our megaphone out to help the budget committee, the community, and the audience understand that in our general fund we have anywhere from $200,000 to $250,000 in increased expenditures every year, and we don't have revenues on the other side to compensate for that. Last year we were very proud of what we did. We allowed the 3% tax. We allowed the dispensaries to come in. We changed up the way that we charge RV parks because the parks we have are here all year long. So we put them on standard residential rates, and that got us, in my calculation, about $128,000. So we were proud, but it unfortunately wasn't enough. So what we are trying to do, we did a 5-year look back. We did a workshop on this, and we went all the way through, and I need to see the numbers. I obsess over the numbers. We need to know what we're looking at because the numbers tell a story. And the last 5 years, we have certain budgetary patterns that we can clearly see. But the next 3 years is going to be really integral. So I'm doing a 3-year look forward. And it's going to show, and not just with your 3% industry standard increase, the real percentages on where we see these things going up. So we're applying those. We're going to share that with the council, share it with the chief. And it's really going to tell us kind of where our deficiencies are. But it's very clear already. We're trying right now to catch it early because this time next year, if we don't make any adjustments, then it's going to lead to some layoffs.
In the red, yeah.
So it's a real gut check situation. And the money.
We didn't even hire back a person, so we've already had a layoff.
We lost a city planner, and luckily and I feel better that that's not hitting any of our staff. It's not really affecting them. It's just more work for me. So there was not enough money in the budget in the general fund because usually a planner is coded 60% to the usually the city planner is budgeted about 60% to the administrative section of the general fund. And so the money just wasn't there. It costs about $140,000 a year, including benefits for the entire package for that, to get somewhat of an average planner without going too low on that salary mark. So it's going to be a real challenge, and it's been real hard, the whole
Like I
process.
said, as soon as I win the lottery, I'll make a donation.
I appreciate that. We will accept your donation on behalf of the city, but we're going to be really looking hard at it and providing, hopefully, an avenue. There are some angles that we're looking at to try to stay off some of the issues. But
Thank you.
our department,
Thanks for
thank you.
coming.
Our department, our officers, they do a tremendous job. The entire county wants to come here. They want to be in this department. The chief has tremendous retention. He's a tremendous leader, and he's led the PD into a really good direction. But the money doesn't stand on principle, unfortunately, and it doesn't have any morale or any components to that. We either have the money or we don't. So when you're dealing with this, program suffer. And so I want to piggyback mostly on what the chief said, and I appreciate his comments on just kind of the budgetary reality there. That concludes my report. Unless you have any
Thank you,
questions.
Thomas.
Thank you.
Thank you, Matt. Okay, old business. Doesn't look like we have any. New business. New business license, Waymaker Yard Maintenance with Scott Ellsworth Nickel. DML Services with David Lines. Lair Pro Service with Daniel Lair. Golden Fortune Asian Cuisine with Sean Lee. And where is that? Golden, oh, it's a food truck, that's right. Okay. And Ramsey Signs Inc. with Wendy Gibson. These are all vetted? Okay.
I believe so.
Do I have a motion to accept these business licenses?
Motion.
Wicked. And a second?
I'll second.
And all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Perfect, thank you very much. Resolution number 26-1232, IGA Douglas County Senior Services. Read by title only, Mr. McIntosh.
Thank you, Mayor, members of council, members of the audience. Resolution number 26-1232, a resolution of the City of Winston, Oregon City Council authorizing the city manager to enter into an agreement with Douglas County, a political subdivision in the state of Oregon, for senior center space in the Winston Community Center.
Perfect. And staff report, Mr. McIntosh.
Thank you, Mayor, members of council. So very briefly, this is a standard yearly extension for, it's essentially the Meals on Wheels program. It's a tremendous asset and amenity for the community, particularly those that are challenging in terms of transportation. They bring meals to these individuals. It's prepared and facilitated through the Senior Center program. And I think it's a tremendous partnership that we have with the county. One of the confusing things is it's a three-way contract. So there's a vendor that the county chooses, which is ENS. They use their food trucks. And then we have to then contract with them. So that'll be coming due shortly too. That's a 3-year contract that we negotiated. So recommend approval for another year on this. There is a nominal, I think, 2% increase. Look at my staff report.
2%.
2% each year.
Okay, comments from the audience. Usually forget that one. Okay, council action, I need a motion to accept resolution 26-1232.
Motion to approve 26-1232.
All right, and a second?
I second.
And all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Passes. Okay, thank you very much. Moving that one to next week, next month. Resolution number 26-1234, IGA Douglas County Abandoned RV storage and disposal. Read by title only, Mr. McIntosh.
Thank you, Mayor, members of council. Resolution number 26-1234, a resolution of the City of Winston, Oregon City Council authorizing the city manager to enter into an intergovernmental agreement with Douglas County Solid Waste for storage and disposal of abandoned recreational vehicles and motorhomes towed from city property.
All right, staff report, Mr. Sardi.
Mayor, council, community members. So this resolution is the CIGA where when we find RVs, we tow them up to the dump. 60 days. We pay $10 a day, which we're not doing this, well, I shouldn't say that publicly, they'll have them all over the place. So anyways, this is a standard IGA that we've done with the county. It's the same, nothing's changing. I request the council approve it.
Perfect, thank you.
welcome.
Comments from the audience? Again, none. And I need council action, please.
I move we adopt resolution 26-1234 as
And second?
second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
And opposed? All right, passes. Resolution number 26-1235, sewer certifications. Read by title only, Mr. McIntosh.
Thank you, Mayor. Resolution number 26-1235, a resolution of the City of Winston, Oregon City Council to certify delinquent sewer user charges to the Douglas County Assessor.
And staff report, obviously, Mr. McIntosh.
Yes, I will give that staff report. Thank you, Mayor, in the stead of Ann Munson, our Finance Director. She put together this report. So, members of council, members of the audience, every year around this time, we have a list, and it's a long laundry list. It's attached via your packet. It's individuals that do not pay their utility bill. Now, more particularly, with great specificity, these certifications can only take place for people who don't pay the sewer and plant upgrade element of their bill. Because under the statute, those are the only ones we're able to certify. What certify means is if you don't pay your bill, we package it up. At the end of the fiscal year, we send it to the assessor's office. They tack on a fee, and you have to pay it by virtue of your taxes, with your taxes. So it's a very powerful tool to do that. We wish we could certify all of it because we have 5 fees in our utility bill. What ends up hanging out, because usually when they don't pay these, they don't pay any of their bill.
Right.
So what hangs out there is the public safety fee, transportation, and storm. But the collections fee that the chief is using, the additional revenues he's getting, is by virtue of some of that new collections platform. We're introducing that. We're going to start using that for the other elements of our fees. So we'll at least have some element of recovery. Yes, absolutely.
And are we, can I say something yet?
Certainly.
Okay,
Go ahead.
are we charging the 4% that we get charged when they use the card?
We are.
Why? Yeah.
That's another thing so it's about $32,000 each year, mostly by virtue. So it's STCs, system development charges. They're doing, it's like 10 or 11,000 for all of them, and they'll put it on credit and get air miles or whatever it is. So we are going through the process right now of passing that on, and so that'll be a resolution in fairly short order to you. It's another area we have to absorb.
Something, yes, everybody else in the state does it.
Yes, and we've talked to some cities around, like Sutherland. I talked to Tammy Trowbridge, and she says that they absorb it, and it's just the cost of doing business. I don't agree with that position. We can't necessarily absorb that or sustain it, so we're going to be looking at that. But this in particular, recommend approval because we've got to recover those elements of their bill.
Yeah. Comments from the audience? Thank you, Mr. McIntosh.
You're welcome.
None? Okay, council action. I need a motion to pass resolution 26-1235.
I make a motion that we pass 26-1235.
Right on, Ms. Wiggins.
I'll second.
And Ms. White, thank you very much. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passes. Okay, now we have another one. Resolution number 26-1236. Read by title only, Mr. McIntosh.
Thank you, Mayor, members of council. Resolution number 26-1236, a resolution of the City of Winston, Oregon City Council authorizing the city manager to purchase a department vehicle for the Winston Green Wastewater Treatment Facility, sharing 50% of the cost with the Green Area Water and Sanitary Authority for an amount not to exceed $44,137.90 or $22,068.95 each.
Staff reports, Chris.
So that figure wasn't exactly correct, but it was
It wasn't? What is this not?
$49,982.66.
Oh, right there. I know, okay.
So The reason why this kind of feels last
Divided by
moment.
2.
Yes, divided by 2.
Yeah.
So it's $24,991.33.
I like my figure better.
It was. So, as I went down the road to look at, oh, good evening, by the way.
Hi, Chris.
Looking at vehicle purchases, the cost of a new pickup was greater than what we had budgeted. And so we'd gone down the route, it's like, well, we always ran half-ton pickups. We have times we put electric motors in there, pallets of chemicals and whatnot. But we could probably get away with a smaller pickup. Over the weekend, though, I found a very good used pickup at Kendall Ford with 2,800 miles on it. So
I know.
basically new. It's 2 years old, and it was within budget. So, yeah.
So a 2002,
2024.
24,
So 2 years old and only has 2,800 miles on it.
great, for $24,000.
For 20, yeah,
You're good.
per.
You're good.
The kind of odd thing about this is talking to them over the phone. Not all used pickups sold from them qualify for this, but this one does. It's called Ford Certified Gold Warranty.
Oh, good.
So standard warranty is on a new pickup is 5-year, 60,000 miles. This gets a 7-year, 100,000 mile
Right on.
from Ford.
Right on.
And I don't know if that's because it's already been on the road a couple of years, so they figure it's a good one, so they're going to extend the warranty. I don't know.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't
As long as
matter,
we get it,
but-
7 years.
We actually save money and get a better warranty by buying
Yeah.
a used one.
Nice job, nice job. Nice job. Okay. Yeah. Comments from the audience? I need a motion.
I got one question, Chris.
Yes.
Was this in your budget
Yep,
already?
it was budgeted.
I make a motion that we accept resolution 26. See if I got the right one.
1236.
26, 1236.
I second it.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Passes. Okay. Upcoming agenda items, none. Non-agenda items from the council? I have a card here. Dear City of Winston, thank you so much for your generous support of Douglas High School Grad Night. The grads had a great time. The Douglas High School Parents Committee Class of 2026 Grad Night. Thank you, guys. Good of the order. Checks, copies, and claims in excess of 500 are in your packets. Announcements.
Okay, there's no library board meeting.
No library.
No library board meeting in July.
Oh, friends of the, okay, I didn't think of it. Okay, before I forget this one. Monday, July 7th.
Traffic and public safety.
Next Monday.
No,
The
traffic
13th?
and public safety.
Traffic and public safety.
At
Monday,
7
July
PM
13th,
at the
7
City Hall,
No, at the police.
at the police department, at 7 PM.
Thank you, Mayor.
I didn't want to forget that, so I just forgot to put down who it was. Partway there.
Thank you.
July 8th, Economic Development at noon, City Hall. Is Mr. Cunningham going to be here for that?
I believe he will be back, but we'll have it covered
Okay.
either way.
July 11th, Summer Night Cruise, 5 to 10. Register at Civic Wayside Park, and remember that it is the long route. Abraham, Looking Glass, down to 42 and around. Yes, and no water and no bleach. You will get tickets. Let the world know. Don't do that.
To enforce that.
July 12th is the car show at Riverbend Park. And July 14th is my birthday, is the park board at 4 p.m. at City Hall. Executive session.
None, Your Honor.
We're done. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you, and have a very blessed evening. Yes, I did 69 years old. My husband.
Do we work? I mean, I get my. I don't know. I don't know if you're.
No, I'm just, well, it's not.
I mean, we can always work it out.
You know,
That's what that
I
adjustment.
have created that.
So